So welcome back to part 2 of the creativity series, and today 10, the last day in this part. And as we move into the last day, what I'd really like to focus on, I guess, is this rhythm of the practice. Every meditation has its own unique rhythm. And whilst that's slightly different for each and every person, there's still a fundamental kind of rhythm to it. And it's something that I think only with familiarity and practice becomes more apparent. Over 10 days, you have the opportunity, of course, to get more familiar with that rhythm. But just notice today how there's sometimes the temptation or tendency to get stuck a little bit on a certain part of the exercise and to then find it difficult to move on. But it's by keeping up with the rhythm of the exercise that the technique really has room to breathe. It allows it to flow in the way that it's meant to. So just noticing that tendency, and in noticing the tendency, you'll find that most likely you'll let go of it. It'll just fall away and you'll be able to just continue with the exercise. So just take a moment to begin with, just to get comfortable. Eyes open. And when you're ready, a few deep breaths. And with the next exhalation, gently closing the eyes, allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm, in and out through the nose. As you just take a minute or two to check in with the physical senses, becoming more aware of your environment. And if you haven't done already, starting to become more aware of the physical sensations in the body. Noticing if there's any particular resistance towards any of those sensations. Any resistance to how the body's feeling right now. And then when you're ready, scanning from head to toe. Just building up a picture of how the body feels. And at the same time, starting to build up an awareness of how you're feeling emotionally today. What particular mood is apparent in this moment? And then pausing just momentarily, just to be clear about your motivation, clear in how that incorporates others, the way in which you having a clearer, calmer, happier mind can benefit those around you. And as always, knowing that there's no real effort required here. Remember that idea of the blue sky? Always present. Not needing to create more blue sky, but instead stepping back and just allowing the clouds to pass. A similar idea now as you focus your attention on the breath and just become more familiar with that feeling of the breath in the body and the rhythm of each and every breath. And so just steadily now shifting the focus down towards the ankles, the feet. As you just conjure up that image in the mind, that sunlight in the space about the size of a football. Those qualities of warmth, of light, of brightness. resting your mind there, noticing how it feels. Shifting the area of focus now up towards the lower abdomen, the lower back, the area we call the navel. And up towards the solar plexus, up towards the chest, the throat, the brow, and finally above the head. Having rested in each of those places, just a moment or two, having just got a sense of how it's feeling now, how that's different perhaps from another time. Now just steadily coming back down through those points, moving the focus, shifting the attention from above the head to the brow, to the throat, to the chest, to the solar plexus, to the navel, to the ankles, and back up again to the navel, solar plexus, chest, throat, brow, above the head, again back down to the brow, throat, chest, solar plexus, navel, and ankles. And just continue in that way now. A little bit quicker, a little bit smoother, just sweeping up and down through those points, not needing to name them, but but just having this steady, flowing sensation up and down through the body. So remember, if the mind wanders off as you're doing this, in that moment you realize, just gently bringing the attention back again, continuing with that sweeping sensation. But next time you sweep to the top, when you reach that point just above the head, just letting go of any focus at all, letting the mind essentially do whatever it wants to do. And now just bringing the attention back to the body, back to that feeling of the weight of the body, the contact between the body and the chair, body and the floor, noticing any obvious sounds around, any smells, sensations. So just really bringing the mind back into the body, re-engaging those physical senses. And just to take that a step further, just gently opening the eyes, taking a moment to refocus, to be clear about how you're feeling. But most importantly, to be clear about that intention, to be aware, to be mindful, throughout the day today, and to remind yourself of those moments at the end of the meditation when you just let the mind go. It's very clear, it's very spacious, and yet there's a sense of awareness, of knowing what's happening in the mind at that time. And that's the place of creativity. But for now, well done. You can sit back in the chair. You're halfway through the creativity series already. And as I said at the beginning today, you've already learnt this new type of meditation, this visualization type of meditation. And this is something that now you've learnt sort of the foundations of, we can really expand upon and apply to lots of different situations, lots of different sort of qualities of mind, as well as different situations in everyday life. But as we move into part 3 and part 4 of the creativity series, it's going to be very much more about how you can develop or cultivate creativity specific to your life, your circumstance, your situation. So I very much look